Alrighty, so when is the right time to start implementing cardio? And no, I'm not talking about losing weight or any of that today. This video is going to be when is the right time to actually start implementing cardio into your routine, because there's a very effed up conception of people not doing cardio when they're actually gaining weight and when they're losing weight, and they get messed those up because the only time you should implement cardio is on a daily basis. Yep, you guessed it right. No, it's not 3 times a week. It is not once every 2 months. It is an everyday kind of basis because one, it keeps you healthy, you burn more calories, you burn more fat, and it helps your heart, the main muscle on your body. A lot of people, well, especially in the in the community, in the fitness community, they kind of neglect cardio, right? Most of them, because they are powerlifters and they think they're gonna lose muscle. No, I mean, unless you're doing cardio like 3 hours a day on a deficit, then yeah, you might lose everything. You might be depleted out of water, you might dehydrate, you might not recover as fast. You are actually losing muscle, you're losing strength, you're losing everything because you're putting your body under so much stress. And you might be asking, how do I know that? Because I did it for a really long time. When I actually started my fitness journey, literally the first 6 months, 6 months plus, not even the year, but 6 months, I was doing my weights, right? I was just boom, 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 right? I was just curling, I was just pushing, pulling, everything, right? I was leg pressing and shit. But guess what? After that, I used to do like 45 minutes of cardio. And since I have a job that it demands me to start moving, right? My need was really high at one point. I was really not skinny fat, but I would say I was fit. I had good endurance. My heart was good. And my endurance was around, maybe I'd say a 6 out of 10. Right? I had good endurance, but I couldn't run marathons. And so I wanted to balance those two. Right? I wanted to build muscle, look big, look mean, right? And I wanted to be an endurance athlete. And I'm like, okay, first of all, I gotta choose one or the other because from the past experience, yes, people do that and they end up like I did. So don't do that. Don't mix those up. If you want to run a marathon, focus on the marathon, and then after that, focus on building muscle, like actual muscle. You can still do weights, but you're not gonna get big if you're doing 3 hours of cardio a day. Now, when is the best time to implement cardio? I would suggest, and hear this out because some people might do cardio every day, every 5 days, and they got rest days, right? Which are they're good, but it depends because on those rest days you might go to a party, you might be at an event, you might go out with friends, you might do stuff like that, and you might overeat, right? And so that's not going to save you from the calories you're going to consume, right? But that just depends from person to person. I would suggest you have a day off or two from just doing cardio, right? Obviously, not exaggerating. You're sweating, you're just jogging or you're cycling or whatever. Not that. For starters, for beginners, do cardio at a steady state. That means you're not rushing everywhere. You're not sprinting. You're not doing this intervals of 3 minutes. You you just sprint, 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 and then 2 minutes you just rest. Don't do that. That's high intensity interval training. That's not well, that is some kind of cardio, but it's not consistent. You're not doing it for 30 minutes plus. Just walking steady state or you're jogging, right? Now it does depend also on the genetics because a person can do cardio, they can run and everything, and they can still look big. But that is a rare amount of people. You know, I know you guys have seen those Olympic athletes, the like the 500-meter ones. They got big legs and they got big upper bodies. Damn, bro, those are really good genetics. Those are like one in millions, if not thousands of millions of people. Can you imagine that? Having a big frame like mine, big juicy frame with big legs, but having an excellent endurance. That's just one in a million. You don't see those every day. I thought I was one of those, but you gotta focus on one thing at a time. Because if you're trying to focus on actually building muscle, you're gonna do your weights, you're gonna do your stretching, you're gonna do everything, right? Your rest and everything. But if you start implementing cardio, which, it just depends from person to person, but if you do cardio 3 hours a day, one, there's no reason unless you're eating 6,000 calories and you're just burning the rest amount of calories you're consuming. Because most of us have, honestly, I could say this, in my own opinion, I would say that most of us vary from the scale of 2,500 calories to almost 4,000 calories, right? Just the average person that goes to the gym, they probably eat that, right? They don't compete, they don't do anything that just varies from that amount, right? It might not be true because everybody's different. Yes, everybody's different. But I would say that is my opinion. It just varies from 2,000 calories up to 4,000, right? It just varies from person to person, right? Because some people might move, some people might eat a lot, stuff like that, right? But the cardio, I would suggest start doing cardio every day. Either start with 15 minutes, start slow, start with 15 minutes on a elliptical or on the treadmill or maybe some cycling, right? It doesn't matter. Just move your body for 15 minutes, right? Once you start, progressive overloading, right? Per week, per week, per week, you will actually get better at the cardio. And that's why people start rushing the cardio, right? Like, for example, I'll give you a quick example. I used to do nine I used to do on the treadmill, nine on the incline at three speed, right? At 3 miles per hour. No, I think it is 3 miles per hour. Fast, right? Fast, fast, fast. Three. Speed was at three. And so I got used to that. I used to do it for like 30 minutes once I started, right? On my first year for me. My first year, I started doing that. And so I started I started getting better and better and better. But then I stopped doing cardio. And when I got back into it, I was out of my endurance shape when I was doing cardio. And so it got so hard to do nine on the incline at three speed, which, I had to lower it to maybe three and start from the bottom. So I would suggest for you to start just normal, right? Just walk normal. You don't have to sprint. You don't have to put it on the incline at like 12 and just sprint like 10 miles per hour or like 10 H. Yeah, I think it's 10 miles per hour, right? Or 10 speed. You know what I mean. On the treadmill, right? Or for cycling, right? The resistance on the little thing. It gets harder and harder and harder. But it does give you a good leg pump. So, if you do cycling, it gives you a good leg pump on like the highest tension ever, right? It's hard to push. It's hard to push. But that's a really good exercise. Honestly, whoever cycles, they got big legs. Most of them. Well, maybe some, depends. But yeah. So in conclusion, when is the best time to start implementing cardio into your routine? Well, the answer to that is doing it on an everyday basis from around 15 minutes to 30 minutes a day. And once you start getting better, each day, each month, each year, start getting better and better and better. Start upping, right? And start going up either on the treadmill, elliptical, or whatever, right? Running on the pavement or the concrete on the floor. I don't care, right? You can do anything. Just move your body, right? Like me doing this is neat. Me sitting down doing this, I'm not moving. The only thing moving is my mouth and my internal organs, which they're working, right? Because I would be dead if they weren't working, right? Like breathing takes, so calories. Everything in my inside the body takes calories, right? Because one, I'm building muscle. I ate like an hour or two ago. You see, I need my biceps to be as big as Ronnie Coleman's before the end of summer. That's not gonna happen, but but it is you know it is a delusional thought of mine. I'm trying to get big arms because I like from the arm department. If I could put if I could move my mass around and put it on my from the legs from the leg mass because I got okay legs. I got big legs. From the leg mass, I will put them all in here. Just the arms in general. So I could look like SpongeBob, right? On that one episode. Yeah, like that. I just want big R's, man. But I started I started incorporating cardio every day. Well, when I'm at the gym. Right now, I'm not gonna do cardio. It is raining today. It is actually August 20, 21, 2021. There's supposed to be a big hurricane, a Hurricane Hillary, which I guess it just sprinkled a bit, but it might get worse. I don't know. I don't want to jinx it. Because I don't want it to be flooded, right? There's not gonna be gym. There's not gonna be anything. But the best time to implement cardio is every day. Find the cardio that you love, that you actually enjoy. Because if you're just forcing yourself into doing something you don't want to, one, it might build up some mental fortitude, but you're just not gonna like it, and you're just gonna hate it at the end of the day, and you're probably not gonna do it, and you just give up. But I would say to actually find the cardio, right? The machine, the thing. If it's jump roping, it's jump roping. If it's boxing, it's boxing. If it's a lot of things that demand your body, do it. But just be careful because if you're trying to do very hardcore cardio, be careful on your joints. Be careful with the muscle that you want to build because if you're in the journey of building actual mass on you and your frame, right, get bigger, right? Get bigger biceps, get bigger everything. Running a marathon and practicing for it every once a week, and you got your 30-minute intervals and shit. You're probably not gonna build as much mass, right? Depends on the genetics again, right? I don't want to get flamed in the comments or flamed by anyone that knows a lot more than me, because this is just—it's not theory, it's experience and the research I've done. So don't forget. Damn, I mean, this line is making kind of big. I would say this honestly. I do feel small. I'm not gonna lie to you. Just a reflection a bit. It's just playing with my head. But it's just every gym rat's freaking head starts playing with them. But that's just out of topic, right? Cardio, you already did it. Great. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next time. Peace out.